Every year, 40 million tonnes of palm oil get shipped around the world. It's used in thousands of different products, but its popularity comes at a huge environmental cost. Well, now, as Louise Beale reports, Europe's first sustainable palm oil plant hopes to mend that image.
Brand new and the world's first, this palm oil refinery in Liverpool has just opened. Driven by the very latest technology, it's still gleaming. It only needs a handful of people to run it at any one time, but the director of the company behind it says the real innovation is an ethical one.
We built a plant whereby the oil is traceable right the way back to supply in Papua New Guinea. So from our own plantations, a fully integrated business that brings the oil through to the UK, refines it and sends it to a food manufacturer, and we can tell them exactly where and how and when it was made.
Demand for palm oil is soaring, and it's no wonder. Palm oil is in hundreds of everyday items, from cleaning products to your favourite moisturiser or brand of makeup. It's in junk food, healthy food, even pet food. But 30 square miles of rainforest have to be cleared every day to make way for palm oil plantations. It puts thousands of animal species at risk, contributes to greenhouse gases, and gives the industry a bad name with environmentalists. And that's why industry leaders are lining up to become partners with a company that prioritises sustainability.
As a business, it is something that we want to do. It's the right thing to do for the environment, but it's also very important to our consumers. Customers have a great deal of interest in this area, and we want to make sure that we are delivering them the products that they want.
At this factory, they're not yet too worried about any competition because currently, globally, there really isn't very much. But that's bound to change as the demand for sustainable palm oil is on the rise. And that's where this one-stop shop comes in, fulfilling the changing demands of the industry and its customers. Louise Beale, Bloomberg News, Liverpool.
Well, to talk more about palm oil and its place on the commodity markets, joining me from Dubai is Abah Ofon, a soft commodities analyst at Standard Chartered Bank. Thank you for joining us this morning. Do you think that there is going to be a large demand for ethically produced palm oil?
I think if you look at the backdrop in the palm oil market, I think we see it as fundamentally bullish. There is a very strong demand for palm oil, and I know that there are already measures being put in place to mitigate the effect of palm oil on the environment, and that's why the Roundtable on Sustainable Palm Oil initiative was actually formed. But I think, fundamentally the backdrop is bullish. There's strong demand from India and China, and also strong demand from Europe as well as other non-traditional consumers of palm oil. So
I thought that in Germany, for example, palm oil consumption had actually fallen by something like 25%.
Well, yes. I mean, the consumption in Germany is still relatively strong. If you look at the statistics from the Malaysian Palm Oil Board for April, that is still relatively strong. But we see that as decelerating. We think there is going to be a drop in German palm oil demand. Partly to do with the euro, the weakness of the euro against the Malaysian ringgit, which is going to affect European palm oil demand. But yes, there are also concerns in Europe about the sustainability of palm oil, and there is an increasing demand from palm oil consumers to make sure that the palm oil that they actually consume is sustainable.
And in Malaysia, among the manufacturers there, is there a larger scale move to make it more sustainable?
Well, I think there is, but I mean, if you look at the what the development in the industry, and I did attend the PPAP meeting in Malaysia last year, there is a move to make palm oil more to make it greener, to make it more acceptable. But there's also rumblings in the industry that perhaps the palm oil industry is being unfairly targeted. So that's the sort of feedback that I've been getting from that sector.
And obviously, India and China are going to be growing markets for palm oil going forward.
Oh yes, I mean, China is the largest edible oil consumer, and India, until last year, was the largest importer palm oil. But what's been happening in those two markets, particularly in China, is that there's large stocks available right now. So that has sort of slimmed the amounts that they imported so far in 2010.
OK, Abah Ofon, thank you very much indeed.